Hi, Run Your Story family. This is Allison Gilliard with Run Your Story, where every story needs to be heard. And what a story we have for you guys. So excited because I did not know that Coach Chris Moore was a runner. And it was so cool to be able to hear his story. And I actually found out he was a runner by one random conversation I had with him one day about him training for Azalea Trail. And then it got into, hey, we need to chat more about your story. And lo and behold, what a story, guys. Like, it's so good. I will only say this on the podcast, and that is Chris Moore, trainer Chris Moore. I love you, my brother. You are so fun. I appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you for being the life of the party at 5:30 a.m., 6-ish a.m. in the mornings. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much that this is the only time you're going to hear it. But I am so thrilled to be able to share with you guys my trainer from Spring Hill Bootcamp. Absolutely phenomenal human being. What a story. What a family guy. Just all the things. Like, I really left going, wow, that was a really cool story. And just, I love getting to know more about Coach Chris. So you guys are going to love him. It was also a really cool, fun story is that after the podcast interview, I went ahead and said, hey, to Keith Evans from Bluebell Bombers, I was like, hey, you got to get to know Chris. Chris, this is Keith. And then they actually got to meet in person at an event. And so that was really cool. And I appreciated that. And it was just amazing. So thank you, Coach Chris, for all that you do at boot camp. Thank you for all that you do for the community and for getting us runners ready and getting us where we need to be. So guys, if you're looking for a great gym of inspiring coaches that are gonna push you, but also help you, Spring Hill Bootcamp is where it's at. And I love that they're doing things that are run specific, and it's phenomenal because you have a coach like Chris who runs. So he's amazing, and I cannot wait to see what else he gets to do and to see him at more running events. It's gonna be epic. So really excited about that. So thank you, Coach Chris. Thank you, Spring Hill Bootcamp, for all you guys do. Just shout out, love you guys so much. And speaking of shout outs, thank you to Wagner's Run Walk, located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or online at wagnersrunwalk.com. They are fueling our podcast this month. Wagner's Run Walk has been providing quality footwear for 70 plus years, guys. These guys provide the latest trends in performance and lifestyle with the same exceptional customer service that started it all. And I can vouch for their customer service. I love all the employees that work there. They're phenomenal. They're really great at their job. And again, you can order online, or if you're in Tuscaloosa, go by the store, Roll Tide. Guys, they carry On, Brooks, Asics, New Balance, and so much more. And they want to help everyone find that perfect fit. So if you're a seasoned marathoner to just starting out in your run story, whether you're chasing a PR, making comfort a top priority, or starting your health journey, Wagner's Run Walk is ready to help you find that perfect fit for that finish line, for that new PR, whatever it is that you're searching. So visit our friends at Wagner's Run Walk online or on the store. And you can also use that code RYS10 for a special discount. So thank you to Wagner's Run Walk. They believe in the running community. They believe in all that we do. They believe in Run Your Story, and we believe in Wagner. So we love you guys. All right, lace up those running shoes. Get ready, get set, and go run with Coach Chris and his run story. Coach Chris.
What's up?
Oh, okay. This will be the only time you ever hear me say this.
Okay.
And that is, you are a fantastic trainer.
Oh, thank you.
That's it.
That's
I'm
it.
never saying it again.
Okay.
Ever saying it again.
Okay.
I will say this. You are definitely a hype up person.
Uh-huh.
And you're definitely a morning person.
Definitely morning person.
Definitely morning person. And you love to sing and dance.
I do.
Workout.
I do.
So if anyone is ever wondering what it's like, it's pretty much like a music jam festival at Spring Hill.
It's like a little mini concert.
Yeah. Correct. Yes.
Concert.
Yeah.
I perform.
Mm-hmm.
I do a little Bruno.
With some dancing skills.
With some dancing,
like
you know.
It's a good time.
I hope it is a good time. Yeah.
Except for when you bring extra weights over.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That the singing, dancing is a distraction from the increased weight.
Oh. I see now. So manipulation at its finest.
Basically.
Well, one of the cool things that I learned about you after a workout, after taking one of your classes and surviving.
You did survive. You're still here.
is that you are a runner.
Yeah, I love to run.
And so I was like, duh, got to get you on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I want to know, how does Coach Chris, like, how did you get into running? What is your story?
So I've been running since middle school.
Wow.
I ran, I think, the mile when I was in middle school. Was pretty good at it. And got to high school and started running cross country and was pretty good at it. But my football coach basically told me, you can't run that far and then come lift weights and want to play football. So you got to make a decision here, man. So I stopped running cross country, but I still ran track.
Okay.
So, which kind of worked out. But I ran middle distance. So I was an 800-meter runner. I'd run the mile sometimes. Sometimes I'd run the 400. But obviously at practice, we'd run however long we needed to run. My coach was, his name Steve Schoenwald from high school. And he was just, I don't know how old he was back in 96, 7 when he was coaching me, but he would run with us.
Wow.
And we would always go run, even if it was on the weekend or even like that one time it snowed back in probably 97 or 98. He came to my house and picked me up and brought socks to put on my hands because I didn't have any gloves. Like, he was like hardcore.
Wow.
So probably my biggest running influence, you know what I'm saying? So I've been running since middle school, high school, got pretty competitive. I got down to probably like a minute 57-ish seconds running a half mile. Probably ran a mile in about 4:30 something.
Oh, that's it. Just a 4:30.
Yeah. Long time ago, about 25 pounds ago. Could run a quarter at about 49-ish seconds. So I love running. I love to go fast, which is my problem. I can't go as fast as I'd like to go anymore. But I love to run. And so, I've been running pretty much ever since.
Now, you went off and played football at college.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
Correct.
So what was that running journey like in college?
So I met my wife in college. She saw me playing Twister with another girl, but coincidentally,
There's that story there.
coincidentally, we both ran track and we both ran middle distance. She was an 800-meter runner and so was I. And so probably part why I didn't run very well in college because I was always at the track meet with my girlfriend who turned out to be my wife. So I definitely won in that situation. So we've been married 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you ran track as well in
college. Yeah. And so it was still always like playing football and running middle distance. They just don't really go together if you're trying. I play quarterback. And so they were always wanting me to gain weight, get stronger, throw further. And if you go train to run a middle distance race, you're not going to be able to do those things the way that you would in football. So it was always kind of like a tug of war between the two. So matter of fact, when we ran at football, they do little tests and stuff. They make you, how much can you lift? How fast can you run? Da, da, da. And they wanted everybody to be able to run a mile in like under 6 minutes or something, right? And I was like,
easy.
That's weird. Like 6 minutes? And so I ran a mile in, I don't know, 4 minutes and 50-something seconds or whatever. And they were like, that's not normal. I'm like, what? I'm also on the track team. You know this, right? So, but it was always a tug of war. Sometimes I feel like if I would have just picked one and went with it, I probably would have had more athletic success in one or the other. But I don't think I was that good in either of them to get too crazy with it. But I was competitive, being able to run those times and stuff like that. So it was always a little bit of a tug of war. But I definitely liked track better. But football you're more popular when you play football. You get more notoriety and that kind of thing. So.
Especially in the South.
Oh, yeah, down south, that's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hard to get people to come to your track meet.
Sure.
Easy to get them to come to your football game.
Wild. And that's one of the things, I love going to track meets. I love going to watch cross country because especially there's so much going on at a track meet. It's not just one event. I mean, there's several different events that are going on. And you're just, the way that each other, like the crowd cheers you on and feeds into you.
Oh, yeah.
It really is a completely different atmosphere that I'm like, everyone should go to a local high school or college one just to see if you've never been.
Oh, yeah.
Because you see the athletes, like they get pumped up.
Oh,
and they're pumping each other up. And even though you are competitive against that person next to you, you guys are pumping one another.
Yeah, you really want them to do well.
Yeah.
Don't beat me, but beat you up. Beat your PR, like PR.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I coached track when I lived in Memphis for a little while, too. And when you go to a track meet, let's say, like, you've got a kid and you're coming to watch your kid, the track meet is, like, agonizing. because the question you always want to know is, when's my kid going to run? Nobody really knows. We have an order of events, but not a time. But if you're going to the track meet just to be a spectator, to watch the track meet, oh yeah, then it's awesome. And so yeah, I used to love, as a runner, going to the track meet. And I always ran in the final race is usually the men's 4x400 meter race. And I was the fastest distance runner in high school. So I was the 400 meter runner. I was the fourth on that team. But it's just the last run of the day. Everybody knows the day's over. Yeah. Everybody's ready to go home. But man, they ready to watch that 4x4.
That's right. Yeah,
so that was like always the most exhilarating, exciting race to run. So that's my favorite part of the track meet. But yeah, track meets are awesome.
Absolutely. Now you get out of college, you got your wife.
Yep.
How did you transition into no longer track, but hitting the pavement in a different way? What did that look like?
Well, yeah, I was so used to running, and I ran in college. My wife ran in college, and then you get out of college, you get a job, and you have kids, and then you realize that you hadn't run in 3 months. I was like, whoa, what happened? I want to go run. And then you realize that life just starts happening, and before I know it, I look up and I'm like, I don't really feel good about myself right now, my health and all that kind of stuff. Life just took over for a little while. And so I was like, all right, I can't let this happen. So I got back at it. Probably I seemed like my first year of marriage probably or so. And I just would force myself to go and run. And I typically didn't go run races. I would just go run. And they used to make some Nike shoes that had this little sensor in the sole of the shoe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and attached to your watch or whatever. And so I used that, and I would run 5 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles, 9, whatever. I literally just felt like running. I would just go and just enjoy the run. That's probably the hardest part for me to find now, is like enjoying the run, not having a time to hit, not trying to be faster, but just enjoying the run. So like I can remember times in Memphis where I'd go run, and that's really where I think I found more like just pure enjoyment running. Where it was like, I just want to go downtown Memphis and run, just to run downtown, just to see the buildings, to go down this street or whatever. And it was kind of like off and on. We went from having 1 kid to 2 kids to 3 kids to this job to this job, my wife getting her master's degree. So life is just kind of lifing, and I'm just trying to fight to stay consistently just doing something in shape. And I've always, I lift a lot. So I probably run 4 days a week. I probably lift 4 days a week.
Okay.
So I was always still, as an adult, lifting and running and lifting and running. But it's just always been, I don't know, I felt like once I started running, I really couldn't stop running. I've had 2 knee surgeries, ACL and a meniscus on my right knee. So part of getting over that was, all right, I still want to run. Like the doctor would ask me, so how active are you going to be? Like, if you're not going to be real active, then I'm like, nah, dude, I'm going to be active. So fix this thing up. So yeah, so now I'm 44 now. So I've been married 22, 23 years. I think it'd be 23 years in October. But so for that 20 some odd years of me running, not running, tearing my ACL, running, messing up my meniscus, running, having kids, stuff like that, I've always been running. Even if it was just something short, I've always just wanted to run. So.
I think that's the beauty of running as compared to any other sport, is that you have these ebb and flows. As you said, there's different seasons in life, and so your running might be shorter or non-existent as you're recovering from an injury or whatever it is. But then it's always there to just, okay, I'm going to go pick it back up.
And all I need is some shoes and get out there and go run.
Yeah. So let's talk about how, so now you're here in Mobile, Alabama.
Correct.
And you are one of the coaches at Spring Hill.
Spring Hill Bootcamp.
How did that come about? Because you're a runner.
Yeah. So coming out of the pandemic, so I lived in Memphis for 22 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
So out of college at Mississippi Valley State University, that's in Itta, Mississippi. I moved to Memphis, and I was in Memphis when I got out of college for 20-something years. So ended up moving back to Mobile probably 3 years-ish ago. My mom had an accident, and we were just driving back and forth, helping her go to physical therapy, and we were like, why don't you just come to Memphis and live with us? And she was like, nope, not doing it. So eventually we were like, okay, if we move to Mobile, will you move in with us so that we can make sure you're okay? And eventually that's what happened. So when I got here, and this is like just right after the pandemic, I was coming and working out with Josh, and he had the pack, and then he had the boot camp going, and I was just coming, just trying to get back in shape. And it came a time when Josh was like, man, like, I need some trainers. And I had told him prior to, I said, man, if you need somebody to teach a class, let me know. At that point, I had done enough classes at boot camp to know what to do. And I don't mind talking to people.
No,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
don't.
So
Don't mind.
I'm like,
or singing or dancing.
or singing or dancing. So if you want me to get on a mic and talk to people and sing and dance, no problem, bro. So, and I think at first he was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'll let you know, baby. And then it was like, hey, you serious? Because I think I might need you to teach some classes. So I was like, yeah, cool. So, and that's how it evolved. Just pretty organic, you know, and I enjoy people. That's my, I guess, my skill set, if you will. And I think I can sing a little bit. I can hold a note, and I got decent rhythm. So I can do the sing and dance stuff a little bit. But that's just how it evolved. And he was like, so once he got new coaches, he was like, okay, I'm staffed up now. You still just want to keep coaching? Yeah. Like, I don't want to not coach. Like, you get used to seeing people,
Sure.
you're invested in people, and I love that part. Like, the part about coaching that is awesome is you get to help people get from one point to another point. You get to see their progress, you get to be a part of that journey, and you get new friends. And so it's a whole community aspect of the boot camp format that I think is needed for human beings.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
so once I did that, and I just was like, I was stuck there now. So I'm like, I don't know, I wouldn't not want to coach. You know what I'm saying? Not that I can see in the foreseeable future. I don't know why I wouldn't want to. I really, really enjoy coaching. And usually it's to like get up at 4:20 in the morning
No.
and roll out of bed and get to going and get there by 5 o'clock to get the class started at 5:30. And I look forward the day prior to it, I'm looking forward to getting up at 4:20 in the morning.
Wow.
I wouldn't have thought that would have been the case.
Sure.
But once it happened, I was like, oh, I didn't know I was going to enjoy this that much. So, but yeah, so that's kind of how that evolved.
I love that. I will also say I appreciate it because I'm not a morning person. And you're laughing because the facial expressions are shown in the morning. Because you're like,
Oh, yeah.
let's go. So I'm like, oh my God, like, why is there so much energy?
yeah.
So I appreciate it because you help me overlook the fact that I'm not a morning person. So
on the ride in, I'm getting myself prepared. So I got the radio turned up. I'm going through my playlist
you are
as I'm
hyping
driving.
yourself.
I'm like, okay, by the time I get here, I need to have the vibe going. So that when the first person walks in, we need to be vibing already.
Okay.
So yeah, it's my wife is not a morning person either. So usually she just doesn't even see me or hear me leave because she's just like dead to the world over there. But if she is, she's like, what are you doing? like, you really want to go do this? I'm like, yeah, babe. Like, do you, boo? I'll be here. Bring me some Starbucks. Be back at 9 and give me some Starbucks. Sis,
I love that. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That would be me too.
Oh, yeah. Caramel macchiato. Ham and Swiss croissant. Yep. That's her order.
So from coaching to running, there have obviously been some lessons that you've learned. What are some of those?
For me, it's about learning to be disciplined, learning to be patient, learning to be patient with yourself, perseverance. Because when I think about my own self, and half the reason that I still do boot camp classes and, of course, run and stuff, I need to be in the same mindset of the people that I'm coaching. So I need to be able to relate and empathize with them when I'm just telling them casually, while I'm singing and dancing, I'm telling you casually, just keep going. Do 20 more squat jumps. But when you've been in there and you're exhausted and tired and somebody's telling you to do 20 more squat jumps or whatever that is, you know, I feel horrible right now. My legs are done. They feel like sandbags. I can't quite do that. So allows you to empathize with the people, but really like patience. Like when I'm running, sometimes I'm running for a different purpose. If I'm running to go fast, like I know last time I ran, we was doing the Azalea Trail Run and I was running with Emily. And she was like, all right, we're not going to start off real fast. We're just going to take it easy. We're going to go slow. We're not going to burn ourselves out. And if you feel like when we get to Houston Street, you want to go, then go. And so I'm like, okay, so I'm just like jogging, taking it easy. We're running this 9-minute, 45-second first mile, and second mile's like 9:20, and we're just chatting it up, and Emily's keeping the time. And I'm like, don't go nowhere, Chris. Stay with Emily. Stay right here. That's why she's here, trying to make sure you don't go too fast too soon. And so just having to be patient and wait and take my time, because everything doesn't just happen like that, you know. And as much as I wanted to go faster, it worked out perfectly. By the time we got to Houston Street, I sped it up a little bit, and I came in right where I thought I would come in when I finished the race, where I wanted to, actually a little bit better. But had I went out and I'd have been gassed by the time I got to the end if I'd have just went on my own and did what I wanted to do. But even stuff like nutrition, you know what I'm saying? It's discipline, it's patience, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's bodies aren't the same. Everybody's bodies don't respond to stuff the same way. So even for me, I know if I'm talking to somebody about whether it's an exercise or nutritional advice, I can always go back and be like, all right, Chris, it's easy for you to say this, but that's not the way it works for this person in the real world. Their body might not be like yours. It might not respond like yours. So we got to be patient here. We got to work through this process. We got to see what happens, and then we got to check it in 2 weeks, and then we got to come back. It's a process. And so things like that, when I'm running, those are the things that I'm digesting it for my own self, because especially doing the coaching now, I want to make sure that I can put myself in the same spot as that person that I'm coaching, and not just arbitrarily just say, hey, do this, 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 and this is going to work, and 1 + 1 is going to equal 2, and then you're going to be great, and everybody's going to, it's just not the way it works. And you know that if you're running, that's not how it works. Even for me, running, I think I should be able to run faster, jump higher, or whatever, or lift more, or whatever, but it doesn't happen that way for me. So I know if I got to go through that process, my people got to go through that process. And I got to be patient, empathetic with what their life circumstances are to be able to kind of like ride through that with them. So yeah.
That's what makes you a great coach and a great human.
Oh, well, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to rock this. You said it perfectly. And that is, you realize, like at the Azalea Trail, hey, like I gotta take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Was that like that at track for middle distance? Where you couldn't just go out for middle distance? Like,
yes.
Because I've always wanted to ask that question.
So, you know, running an 800-meter run, it is definitely, there's a fine line.
Sure.
So what I used to try and do is I would want to run my first quarter mile, which is 1 lap around the track, at about 60 seconds, 59 to 60 seconds.
Okay.
And my second lap was going to be 58 seconds, a little bit quicker, somewhere in that ballpark. And so that's such a small line to play with. But you definitely could, you'll have people that would come out that were obviously faster than me. And they would go out and you would be tempted to go with them.
Sure.
And they might run that first lap 55 seconds. If I run my first lap at 55 seconds, I got to know me. If I run that first one at 55, what am I going to look like on that second one? And so I got to know what my strengths are, what my body's capable of, what my strategy is. And so you definitely couldn't just go. Usually my strategy was like, get around that first one about 59, 60 seconds, really push that third 200, which is basically the first curve in that first, in the second lap, and that backstretch. And then hope and pray that when you see the finish line, you've got enough heart and adrenaline to drag you through the finish line sometimes. But yeah, and then when you start running, when you're competing against other people on a track, sometimes it's a matter of I need to win or I need to place. And so when you're doing that, then you are watching other runners. You're watching what their strategies are, what their strengths are. And so sometimes there's just no point in me running faster on a track if I know I can come in at 2 minutes and win, and I got to run this thing tomorrow again, and then maybe again the next day. I'm not trying to run my fastest race right now. I'm trying to win, place. So those things definitely take patience, not just allowing yourself to give in to your impulses of I just want to run fast for the sake of running fast. I want to run fast at the optimal time. I want to peak at the right time. And so those things definitely, when you talk about middle distance, super crucial, super crucial. Because you got so many different styles of runners in middle distance.
Sure.
You got some guys that are sprinters that might run the 400 that are coming up in distance to run at 800. You've got other guys that are running the mile that are coming down in distance to run the 800, you know? And so you got two really different perspectives of how to run that race. And so you got to know how you need to run it when you need to run it.
And that transitions perfectly to on the pavement now.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of the things that I love looking at, I take it all in when I'm at the start, is there's so many different body types.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many. You never know what somebody's going through that day in that very moment. Maybe they came to this race because they love running. Maybe they came to this race because they just moved here.
Yeah.
Or maybe they came to this race because
their friend dragged them.
Maybe the hardest part of their day was putting on those shoes and getting there. And maybe somebody's full of self-doubt, and you just never know if somebody's celebrating something or mourning something. I think that's the thing that I love about running, is that literally anybody can come out and do it. It just looks different.
Yep. It just looks
different.
different.
I think you said that so perfectly, that you have to be patient, but then also your style of running is so different than the person next to you.
Oh, yeah. I remember two different types of guys that I would run with. And some about 6 feet tall, some slightly on the taller side. Most distance runners, 2 mile guys or whatever, they weigh less than I do. So I would be running, and I'd usually be looking down at some smaller, daintier guy, and I'm like, man, like this dude's moving like he weighs like 2 pounds.
Sure, yeah.
Now he probably can't out sprint me, but he can go at that pace that he's at for a long time. And then I'd be looking up, and there was a guy that actually ran on my team. He's about 6'6".
Wow.
And he was a 400 meter runner. And he was just like 0% body fat, could just go. You know, he might die eventually, but he could go. And his stride was like twice as long as mine.
Well, yeah, it's success.
I'm looking at the guy on the other side of me. My stride's twice as long as his. And it's okay. All three of us are just running 3 totally different races. There's just no real comparison. This guy's 5'8", weighs $130. I'm 6 feet, weigh 165 pounds, and then he's 6'6", and he's probably 215 pounds. Man, that looks so different. So yeah, it does look completely different for everybody. But like you said, that's like the joy of it. I remember you finish a race and you start seeing all the different body types of people running, you know what I'm saying? Young, old, black, small, tall, little, wide, skinny, everybody, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, you start to find out that in your head, you think because somebody looks a certain way, they probably can run fast. But that's not always the case. And because somebody looks a certain way, they maybe can't run fast or it's not the case. Even when you go to the gym, you might be looking, thinking, oh, this person should be able to lift this or not lift this or whatever. But it has nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it's about how much they've worked with and what's inside of them and what their goals are and what stage of life they're in, all this kinds of stuff.
Sure.
And so it's cool to see everybody out doing the same thing with really one goal together. And so it's really cool to see like all the people coming together of all different races, shapes, ages, and everything. So yeah, that's an awesome part I love about running too, is everybody.
Yeah. To me, it's like a big family reunion.
Oh yeah.
Because you get to, as you said, you see all the different ages, and for me, I look at it, I'm like, there are people that have been running since the 80s.
Yeah.
And like they've seen running transition in a way that I'll never see running transition. You know, we've had people on the podcast that they're like, I started running when there was no running shoe. Like an actual, we're just moving.
Yeah, that was it.
There was no actual finish line, which is chalk. And so now you see how now it's like timed bibs and there's all this other stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah.
There weren't running watches. There were how did you know what your pace was? So to see and to hear their stories, again, it just goes back to like, they're in a different season and they've lived a different style of running than I'll ever do.
Yep.
And so that's such you're running with history at that point.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
how I look at it too. I wonder what people are thinking when they come to Mobile, Alabama and they run, or because I think about when I go off and I run, I'm like, wow, what a cool place. Or like, oh, I never want to run here again. So it's just, but all the things that have seen, and if the pavements could talk about all the different types of runners that they've seen and the stories that they have. Guess who? This is Des Linden. Like, she ran her final Boston. And so it's, could you imagine the streets of Boston and like the historical aspect of all these runners who are legendary? And for our own, like our own community that we have of incredible runners that are doing incredible things, and you're just like, wow. As you said, it's one big, we're just all together. And that's our one goal. And no one cares about anything other than we survived.
Exactly.
That's it.
Let's all survive.
Where's my water? Where's my orange?
Yes.
Let me lay here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So speaking of races, do you have a favorite race?
I don't know if I have a favorite race. I'm just now getting into running races. For me, it was weird. So like when I stopped running competitively on a track, I kind of forgot that I could just go run with other people. And so for a long time, I was just like, I was go run by myself. I was just running. So now being here in Mobile, being a part of a community of people that work out and run together, now it's cool. I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know. I kind of like this. I will say one thing that I do like to do, which is, it is running, but I like a good mud run.
Oh, okay.
Get a little dirty, climb some stuff, then run, get a little money again, run some more. So I don't know if I have a favorite yet, but I think probably the next year or so, I'll probably run enough to be able to tell you which one might be my favorite.
And we have pretty much convinced you to sign up for Battleship 12K.
I'm going to do the Battleship 12K.
And it's on the podcast.
I'm on done.
November 16th. Chris Moore is crossing that finish line.
I'm coming through. I'm going to run. Yeah, I just like the run. So I don't know where it's at. I don't know where we're going. I know it's probably at the Battleship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, it'll be new for me. Let's go. So I'm definitely down. I'm down.
It is an amazing race. It's beautiful.
So, I mean, I'm going to be, at this point, I'm kind of like, I'm going to be running anyway at some point every week. So why not go run with some other people? So yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
I'm down.
That's cool. Dude, November 16th.
It's on.
It's going to be epic.
Epic.
And it's their 10th year.
I saw that on the flyer you posted online.
So it's going to be amazing.
So, yeah.
It really is. It's the most patriotic. Last year was like over 2,000 people that were there.
Okay.
So it's that first mile, you'll feel like you're in high school again. And downhill, and you're like, wow, I'm this fast. And then it levels out, and you're like, okay, all right. That first mile is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, because you're like, it's downhill. You're like, I don't have to put much effort in.
Yeah.
It's great.
Just let it go.
Just let it go. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's
it's
up.
It's amazing. It really is. I'm so excited for you. Battleship 12K.
I'm coming.
It's gonna be awesome.
Battleship 12K. Let's do it.
So now that you're getting into running, but we can also talk about this from a gym standpoint as well. But do you have a pre-workout or pre-race routine that you like to do?
So let me see. Every day, I take my creatine and my protein with a little bit of almond milk. Blend it up in a NutriBullet. That's like, I wake up at 4:20. By 4:30, I've probably already had that. I do take a few supplements that are like run specific. It's called X Endurance, but it's supposed to improve, and I'm going to get all technical because I don't know all the technicalities on it. But I can tell you it works. What do they call it? I think it's like VO2 max, I think is what they call it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I can tell that like, I can take a deeper breath since I've been using those supplements. As far as race day, I'm probably eating some pasta the night before. Okay. For sure. I'm eating something. I'm getting really carved up. And it's one thing we used to do in high school. It was like our tradition. Friday night before we had the track meet, we'd all get together at somebody's house and eat spaghetti.
Oh, fun. So we're coming to your house for Battleship 12K.
Battleship 12K, spaghetti at my house?
Yeah. That's what I sound. That's what it sounds like.
All right. Just letting you know.
A whole bunch of people.
A whole bunch of people coming over to the crib, and you and mom got to cook some spaghetti. But yeah, even if I got a longer run that I'm going to run, or depending on what workout I'm doing the next day, if I know it's going to be pretty grimy, I'm going to make sure I'm going to carb up. And then, routine, I'm pretty like go with the flow-ish. I don't have a routine per se now. Like when I was competitively running, we had a routine. But now it's just, I'm pretty casual, just trying to see who's there, talk to my friends, hang out. Talk a little bit about strategy, but I take it pretty light nowadays when I'm running. I'm not like super duper gung-ho serious about doing whatever. But so yeah, that's no super duper crazy pre-race routine, but I'm gonna eat.
Okay. Hey, I like it. I'm gonna eat. You cross the finish line or you get done with a workout. What does that post-race routine look like? or post-workout routine?
Definitely getting some more protein. Usually I'm drinking it, stretching, cool down. So I typically try not to abruptly stop running.
Okay.
So I'm done running. Let me go jog this thing out a little bit, let my heart rate gradually come down, and then get me some sustenance. Usually I pack extra clothes because I sweat a lot. So I'm pretty sweaty. So I don't want to walk around in a wet shirt once it gets cold and clammy on me. So usually pack a towel, some extra shirt, sometimes extra change of pants or something like that, just to get unnasty. But yeah, I'm always packing extra stuff wherever I go. Like it's because I know, like on a day like today, come in, I'm gonna lift, and then I'm gonna go run.
Okay.
So I've always got extra deodorant, extra socks, extra change of clothes. Because why wouldn't I have them? I mean, I just throw it in a bag and I just carry it around with me. So usually I've got an extra pair of something. Yeah, I probably got some snacks. I got a protein bar. I got some peanut butter crackers or extra Gatorades and stuff like that. But so yeah, I'm definitely getting out of the wet, nasty clothes as soon as I can.
That's fair, especially when it gets humid here.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
There's nothing worse than
Yeah.
staying around and you're like, this is gross. I feel
Yeah.
gross. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Full of salt.
Oh yeah. I have hats that I'll hang them up to dry in my bathroom. I got a little hat hanger because I got a bunch of hats, and you can see once they dry, they've got these white spots on them. It's the salt that's just still there.
Isn't it wild?
Yeah. I thought it was mold the first time I saw it. I was like, what the heck is going on? And I was like, that's salt. That's my sweat coming out of me. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's okay. It's better than being mildew and stuff on the wet hat. So
it's crazy because like the first time that it happens, you're just like, what? Am I crusty?
Oh, yeah.
You see flakes come off and you're like, oh no, it's salt.
Yep.
That is the weirdest thing.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty salty.
Yeah. Oh, that you should get a shirt.
Yeah, I am pretty salty.
Oh, we could call you Coach Salty now. There we go.
Yeah. I'll have to bring you some evidence one day. It's change hat later. Yeah. I got a lot of hats, and there's a lot of them that I found some that you can just like rinse off. They tell you like, just rinse the hat off, cold water. You don't got to wash it. So I'm like, let me see if this really works.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Oh, good. Okay.
So far, so good. So yeah.
Well, that leads us into your favorite running item. What I would say would be a hat, but
so anytime I work out, I gotta have a workout fit.
I'm shocked.
I'm not just coming to the gym with whatever on. Just this. Like, it's gonna be coordinated. It's gonna be. I gotta probably lay it out the night before. I have so much running and workout stuff that now it's easy. I just go in the closet. I'm looking at this color shoes. Now that I'm running more, I have to take into account the certain shoes I wear on certain days because I need the cushion.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they still got to match the swag. So you can't have the support in the shoe and it not match the swag. So I got, on days where I think I know I'm not going to run faster, probably a shorter distance, I got stuff for that. My favorite running item probably right now, and I've got these half tights on.
You look like Aquaman, by the way.
I'm looking like Aquaman.
Looking like Aquaman.
Yeah. But I got to go get this. I'm going to show you this. So I'll be quiet. So I just went and got this water bottle, and it's curved, and it's flat. And it actually fits in these pockets on these running tights. So it actually fit here on my side. So it fits right there, and it's curved and contoured to the shape of your thigh. I also have a back pocket where
look at that.
If I want
to. Wow.
So yeah, so these new running half tights.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it flip belt? Flip belt. Yeah, flip belt. So yeah, I just ordered them. I was gonna run today, so I'm testing them today.
Okay.
But so far, I've been walking around the house in them just to see if the water bottle moves.
Sure.
That move stays pretty connected to you.
Now, where did you get the water bottle from?
It came with tights. It's all on the little flip belt website deal. Yeah.
Okay.
So I rolled the dice with them a couple weeks ago. So we're gonna see how they work today.
Look at you.
Haven't ordered them yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a Nike guy. So I have tons of Nike running stuff in general. But yeah, favorite is tough because I got a lot of run stuff. I got I got a lot of stuff that's like black and gray because it's easy to put together, but I got oranges, greens, purples, reds, lots of hats, lots of shoes. I've got over 100 pair of shoes.
I was just about to ask him a pair of shoes. Wow.
Yeah, I got over 100 pair of shoes.
I just would like for everyone to know, Chris has more shoes than I do. For the record.
Yeah, and I'm actually we leave tomorrow going to Orlando, which is one of my favorite places to shop. And so they have this cool Nike clearance store there that we always go to.
So
I
there'll be
will
more
probably
shoes.
come back with some more shoes. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Speaking of, what do you like to run? What are your running shoes? Because you did say you have speed dates,
Yeah.
which I like to hear that there's different alternating.
Yes.
So what do you like to run in?
My favorite ones to run, probably ones I've got on now, I've just recently got them. It's a Nike Vaporfly.
You are a Nike guy.
They're pretty lightweight. I don't feel them, but they also have good support, like laterally. So I have some shoes that are lighter and I can probably go faster, but they don't have the support when I'm moving left to right. You know what I'm saying? But these are probably my favorite ones to run in now. I've also got a pair, what are they? They're Nike, I forget what they're called. I might look them up in a minute, but they're like the opposite. I'm not going that fast in these dudes. But when I tell you they're like running on clouds, man, they're like running on clouds. Super duper comfy. And then I've got 3 or 4 pair. Like my favorite pair of shoes is probably Nike makes a trail Gore-Tex shoe. So it's weatherproof, actually waterproof. And it's got a little bit, it comes up on your ankle just slightly. It's a trail shoe, so it's got good traction. So I feel like I could probably do anything in those shoes.
Does Emily Bullock know that you have these trail shoes? Because now that you've said this, she's going to be like, Chris, we should do a trail run together.
We should. They've got there's a 5K trail.
Yeah, do it in the bush.
Do it in the bush, yeah. So,
May 17th.
I have, I'm probably going to do that because I run there anyway.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
a place that I frequently run at in those trails. So yeah, I've got trail shoes, 6, 7 pair of them.
Out the front door.
To
Do
run
you
through.
really?
I prefer to run in the trails.
Wow.
Yeah, it's better for my knees, which I've been doing some different stuff with my knees and stuff to strengthen them. So I've been able to run on pavement and haven't had any issues probably last year or so.
Wow.
But I do prefer to run in the trail. You know,
There's
I
a
like-
lot to look at.
Yeah, there's a lot to look at, and you got to pay attention a little bit. The trail's not always the flattest or
Right.
the most even, especially over there. There's some stuff over there.
The great thing though is you don't have vehicles.
Yes,
So you have to
this is true.
worry about, somebody going to run me over today? Or
Yes.
like that sort of thing.
Yeah, I always feel weird when I'm running on the street and I've got like AirPods or something on. I feel like maybe I'll put one in
Yeah.
just because I'm like, I still need to hear the traffic and see what's going on.
Oh,
around.
100%. Yeah.
But like you said, running the trail, I put them both in and just, go.
Wow.
So,
Okay. I had no idea, Chris.
oh yeah.
Wow.
Love the
Okay.
trails.
And you have over 100 pair of shoes.
And I have over 100 pair of shoes.
Wow.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Jeez. Now, no one can ever judge me again. See, what I'm going to say. Listen, guys, because I get asked that question often, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to say it doesn't matter. It's nowhere near what Coach
No.
Chris has.
Yeah, I have shoes for if I'm lifting. Let's say I'm doing leg day. I'm going to be squatting and leg pressing. I got shoes for that day. I got shoes for running the trails when it's muddy and when it's wet. I got shoes for running on pavement when it's clear, or I got shoes for running pavement when it's muddy and wet on the pavement. I got shoes for walking around. I got shoes for dressing up. I've got shoes for all occasions. Yeah, and every kind of workout or run that you could think of.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's impressive.
Okay. Yeah, I got some shoes.
You got
Shoe game is deep.
Okay, you're not lying.
Shoe game is deep.
Oh, wow. Okay. When you go for a longer run, do you take anything to fuel with you?
No.
No.
I've
Okay.
thought about that, but I don't like stuff on me
Mhm.
when I run.
So this water bottle's a big
So this
deal.
water bottle is a big deal.
Okay.
And the only reason I tried it was because it seemed to
Contour.
contour and that it would feel like it was just part of
Mhm.
me or whatever. But I really don't like stuff on me when I run. And if I'm running a longer distance, it's weird. I really don't even want my AirPods in. So the further I run, the less stuff I want on.
Real.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want, but we'll see about this water bottle thing.
Okay.
These flip belt
Mm-hmm.
type thingies. I try to just eat before I go out, make sure I'm got enough sustenance in me. But even like running, I remember running and I'm trying to grab the cup of water
Mm-hmm.
and I'm running
Yeah.
and now I'm trying to drink the water
Mm-hmm.
and then it just didn't work out very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, Nick, if I'm gonna grab a cup of water, I'm probably just gonna stop and drink it.
Yeah.
Because I was running and like water got in my nose And it was like, I felt worse after the water than I
Sure.
did before. Because
Yeah.
I was trying to drink it, trying to run, and I'm like, So I got to figure that out. You know, I gotta get some more races under my belt before I figure out how to stay in stride, grab the water, drink the water,
But if you have your water
put the
bottle,
cup down. But if I got my water bottle,
now does this one you just squeeze it and it comes out, or are you supposed to?
so check it out. So yeah, you squeeze it and it comes out, but it's got this little lock on here. So you twist it, and now the water can come out.
Oh,
Twist it back, water can't come out.
dude, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm digging this flip belt stuff.
No
So
kidding.
if people start going to Flip Belt's website buying this stuff, y'all better hook me up. I need to be a paid endorser or something.
Absolutely, yes.
But yeah,
we'll make sure to send them this podcast.
we will send in this podcast. So yeah, Flip Belt, go get them. So yeah,
That's cool.
so far so good.
Let's talk about after you get done running, let's say for Azalea Trail, were you like, ooh, because you didn't fuel along, were you like, ooh, I can't wait to eat?
I wasn't in a hurry to go eat per se.
Okay.
I will say this, I eat a lot. And so I'm really trying to make sure that throughout the day, because I know I'm going to work out. Yeah, some days, there are days where I lift and then run. So I know like I have to eat.
Sure.
It's not optional. I'm going to eat. So I try to make sure that just in general, I got stuff in me. Now, doing this Battleship 12K, I might have to get some fuel. I don't know. That's been a long time since I've ran that far in a race. But nothing like super crazy. I like water. Sometimes I'll throw some little electrolyte stuff in there. But even if I'm running on a treadmill, I've been running on a treadmill. I've had my water bottle in front of me on the treadmill. And I'll get done running and realize I never drank my water.
Wow.
So yeah, so my goal in my head is, and I know at some point, if I'm running certain distances, it might not be possible, but right now, I try to make sure that I stay hydrated all the time, that I stay fueled up all the time. That way, I say, if stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Oh, that's good.
You know, so that's my mindset in going into. And right now, like a 5K, I run a 5K every other day or something like that. So I don't feel like this extra pressure to fuel up, you know what I'm saying? Or even like a 10K. I don't feel this extra pressure to fuel up per se because I'm running those distances on a regular basis anyway. So I don't feel like this extra pressure to have stuff. Or even like afterwards, I'm like, I'm going to get some hydration for sure because I'm thirsty. Let myself calm down and then go get something to eat.
Okay.
Now, I will say this now. Eventually, when I do eat, I'm probably eat something that I want to eat. It's not going to be like, so after Azalea Trail Run, I went and got Godfather's Pizza.
Oh.
So like it was my joint. So that's like a childhood nostalgic type thing for me. Like when I was growing up here in Mobile, that's what we ate. We ate Godfather's Pizza. And so I was like, I gotta drive all the way to Moffett Road to get this pizza. But I just had this craving for some pizza. So those are days that are cool because I'm like, okay, I think I've exhausted myself enough that I can give myself some pizza. But it was really good. It was really good. So yeah, that was good.
That's pretty cool. Oh, a memory tied to that's precious.
So yeah.
Okay. You mentioned that you have AirPods. So what is Chris's playlist?
Man, my playlist is all over the place. It's probably lots of trap music. Gonna have a little bit of rock and roll on there. I'm not I don't need slow music while I'm running.
Yeah.
I need upbeat. I need to be
You need your hype music.
I need hype music.
Yeah.
I need to be hardcore rocking out. I need to be thugged out, rapping it. You know what I'm saying? Or I got a little bit of Bruno, a little bit of The Weeknd on there too, but it's pretty trapped out. It's pretty trapped out.
Okay.
So yeah, I need that upbeat pace. I need the pace of the music to be able to keep my pace sometimes. So yeah.
Okay. That doesn't shock me at all.
It doesn't shock you at all?
No.
Oh, okay. Wait.
I would have been more shocked if you would have said, oh yeah, I have Taylor Swift. Or I have...
There's no Taylor.
Okay. Nothing shocked me about your playlist.
Yeah.
Actually.
So yeah.
Okay. It's very much you. I figured you were a hype music.
Yeah, it's upbeat.
It's upbeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
For sure.
All right. I like. Let's shift to recovery because I know one of the things that, especially at Spring Hill, you guys are all about, hey guys, we're stretching, we're recovering. You guys also give tips. I feel like, hey, make sure you hydrate, make sure you get protein in.
Yes.
What does your recovery, do you have a favorite recovery tool that you liked?
Recovery tool? I don't have a favorite recovery tool, but one thing I will do is take a nap. I will say,
You take naps?
I will take a nap.
Wow.
I will take a nap.
Okay. Okay.
I think as far as recovery, it's rest.
Mm.
My wife has this, it's a CBD balm that she has
Mhm.
that I use on my legs
Mhm.
that works wonders.
Mm.
It's like an anti-inflammatory type deal with some other stuff in it, but it's helped my legs to recover. I'll lay in the middle of my living room floor and watch TV and stretch and do stuff like that. But I think for me, I got to make sure that I rest and that I eat.
Mm.
You know, those are the main. And there's some supplements that I do take,
Sure.
but it's mainly resting and eating. And even with the resting part, I have to tell myself, Chris, you've got to rest.
Mm.
You can't go work out every day. It's not going to be good. So I have days where I don't do anything.
Okay.
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah. No run, no lift, no nothing.
Wow.
So yeah.
And you're okay to live with.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yep. I'm okay. Yep. No. Yeah. I just have to find something to do. I might go and one of the my wife was asking the other, she was like, are you hanging pictures downstairs or something? I hear a hammer. I'm like, yeah, I'm hanging pictures.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I turn into an interior designer for a day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That way I can get my mind off the fact that I didn't work out today.
Mm.
Hey, but we painted a wall. We hung some pictures.
Yeah.
Hung some curtains yesterday.
That sounds like a workout. Mm-hmm.
Not quite a workout, but yeah, it's something. I will say this, the more I've been running and working out, I feel like I just have this endless supply of energy.
Mm.
It's like I have to do something.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll go outside and play fetch with my dogs or something and let them run around and that kind of thing. But I got to do something.
Mhm.
So yeah.
With cross training, we're here at PAC.
Yep.
Right now.
Uh-huh.
So, which is really cool. So, do you come here and work out for cross training?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I come here, say it's 3-4 days-ish a week.
Okay.
And lifting. I get on the bike sometimes to warm up, but there's everything in here from leg presses to getting on the Smith machine, doing bench press. Matter of fact, right now that we're doing this challenge that all the coaches have decided to also do. And part of the challenge is, so you see how many hand release push-ups you can do in a minute. And then we got this long hallway, and you basically have to run down the hallway, run back. It's like a shuttle run. You run down and you run back. How fast can you get up and down the hallway? And then it's how much can you bench? How much can you squat? How much can you deadlift? I think there's one more thing. But I'm 44. I'll be 45 in July. And the other two, well, my brother Josh is 41. But the other two younger male coaches, JC and Gabe, they're like in their 20s. They're like, I got kids their age. So literally. But so I'm just trying to make sure I beat
Show
them
'em up. Absolutely.
mostly.
Yeah.
Some stuff, I'm okay with them beating me in. But I'm going to get them in most of that stuff. Hand release push-ups, I think I got them.
The run, you for sure out.
The run, JC said he ran faster than me, about 0.3 of a second.
Oh, okay.
But I slowed down on the way back.
Ah, there you go.
Like literally, like my hamstring was not feeling great that day, and I was like, just chill out, Chris. I got 0.3 of a second in me. But as long as I can hang out with the 25-year-olds, stay in their vicinity. I'm just trying to stay young because I like to travel, like to go places with the wife. So I want to feel good about going. But yeah, I think for me, like the whole cross training aspect of it, like this morning, I'm doing stuff to protect my knees. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing static lunges, you know what I'm saying? Doing different squats to make sure that my knees stay healthy for me to be able to run. Different stuff with my hips and my glutes. Because if I'm going to run fast, then I need hips and glutes to be able to run fast. So I definitely like that aspect of the cross training, you know, not just running. Because I know if I run, I'm gonna lose muscle mass.
Sure.
So I gotta eat enough protein and lift enough weights to keep the muscle mass. You know what I'm saying? So that I'd have a completely different body composition if I didn't come and do the cross training stuff. So, but yeah, I love them both. Like I said, and being able to do both is like my sweet spot. Yeah. I'm not gonna be the strongest in here, and I might not be the fastest out there running, but I'm going to be able to do everything is what I really want to be able to do. So yeah, that transitions to life for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Where like, I don't know, I had to take my mom to the ER one day and I had to literally pick her up out of her bed, walk her down the stairs, put her in my car. And before I knew it, it was just like, pick her up, walk her upstairs, correct?
Wow.
No problem. You know what I'm saying? But that's a result of cross training.
Right.
Being able to do stuff like that. So I just want to be able to function, play soccer with my nephew. So I'll go play soccer with him sometimes. And that's a combination of me lifting and running and all that kind of stuff too. So I think it's good for life to be able to be functional.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say this too, being at Spring Hill Boot Camp, you guys have incorporated a lot of single leg stuff.
Yeah.
So whether it's RDLs, whether
Pistol
it's
squats.
physical.
Yeah, I know.
But I can definitely tell a difference as a runner, where it's, especially coming off an injury that I've had and still not able to do everything that I want to be able to do. But it's to that point where you're like, wow, like I'm actually starting to feel more stable now. And you can just tell the difference of, okay, this was really important. And I will say, because of you, I went and got new workout shoes because you were coaching me, and you were like, Allison, you're unstable. And I started thinking, I was like, I think my shoes are too soft. And so I went to run and try, talked to Aaron about it. He's like, yeah, you should get these. And I was like, made all the difference in the world.
Oh yeah.
But it's because you saw that.
That's what's up.
And so I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Not that I knew another reason for shoes.
Exactly.
Just saying it was something that I wouldn't have thought about.
Yeah.
Because I'm not paying attention to that.
For
I'm
sure.
just trying to get through the workout.
Yes.
And the fact that you were like, you are looking a little unstable here, that was a cue for me. Okay, something's off. So I appreciate that.
You're
I'm sure
welcome.
what coaches do as a runner.
Yeah, that's one of the things I try to do when I'm coaching is I know once I get tired, my form goes to kaput, or I'm not going to look like I did rep 1 when I get to rep 30.
Sure.
And so just making sure that people are aware, hey, your feet, widen your feet, you know what I'm saying? Or do this, or do those little small critiques. Like while I'm singing and dancing, I try to make sure that I also am actually watching.
Sure.
So if you're hearing this and you're thinking, I'm going to come work out with Chris, but he's not going to know what he's talking about. No, I'm still watching.
Yeah.
I'm still watching.
He does.
I'm still talking. I will take the mic away and talk to you personally while you're working out and make sure you get your form together. And then I'll put the mic back and then I'll start singing again. So don't think that, you're not going to get all of
100%. Yeah.
So,
He'll even sneak in weights while he's singing and dancing.
That
He'll
is-
dance to you.
Oh, yeah.
With the weights. And he'll be like, let's pick that one up.
Yes.
And
that will happen.
the non-morning person, now, I don't want to.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So obviously there are all different types of people that come, whether here at Pack Training or come into Spring Hill Boot Camp, and they're like, hey, I want to get started running.
Yeah.
What is a piece of advice you would want to give somebody that is maybe either one, coming back from an injury, or two, that has, you know what, I'm not going to fit in with running, and we're trying to get rid of that stigma, because as we've already talked about, anybody can come and do that, can come and hit the pavement.
Yes.
So what is something that you would tell somebody?
I would say, one, just do it. Like, come run. Whatever it is that you think you want to do it. But be patient with yourself. And don't compare yourself to other people.
Oh, yeah.
It's you versus you. And we're all just here to help and encourage each other to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. So there's no pressure. There's no, you can't run this fast, or you can't pick this up, or you can't do this exercise. I was talking to one of the other coaches earlier, and we have modifications for exercises in Spring Hill. And typically that's, okay, hey, this might be too difficult for some people to do. So we're going to have a modification for those who can't quite do that yet, but you can do this. So say push-ups. You might do push-ups on your knees instead of not doing them on your knees. Well, we also have modifications for people who can do the push-ups that just need extra stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have modifications for them too. Okay, well, I need you to do a decline push-up. I need you to elevate your feet so you can do a decline push-up. So I said to let you know, everybody's at different phases.
Yeah.
And we're all there to help each other just be the best versions of ourselves. So especially with running, man, running is, I like the term conversational pace. Like, I'm going to run, and if I'm running with you, I'm going to be talking.
Or singing.
Or singing. If we're running together, I'm planning on talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get to know each other a little bit, unless it's like a race type situation. Until I left when we run the Azalea Trail Run, so I turned down Houston Street, and Emily basically told me I could go run. We were talking. It was me and my oldest brother ran with us. And so me and Pookie and Emily were just kind of like chit-chatting, talking, and just talking about the race. Then you talk about something else, talk about what happened yesterday and what the weather's like, and you get to know people. And so it's definitely, it is partially about running, being in shape, being healthy, but also mental health, having a community, having people that have your best interest at heart. And so if you're thinking about running and you're just thinking about you, yourself, your health, and that's totally great, and you're going to get that. But you're going to get some extra stuff too that you don't even know you need. And that's where you're going to be like, oh, I'm coming to the gym or I'm coming to go run because I got to go and see my people.
That's right.
This is my
Yeah.
community now.
Mhm.
These are my friends. I'm coming because they're expecting me and I'm expecting them. And at that point, it's automatic that you're going to be getting healthier and all that kinds of stuff, mentally and physically. So yeah, you just got to come and run, come and jump, come work out at Spring Hill Boot Camp, whatever. Just come and get it. You're going to get more than what you bargained for in a good way.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Oh, so good. When you do want to quit, whether it's a hot day, a long run, a workout, do you have a mantra? Is there something you tell yourself?
I wouldn't say a mantra. It's weird. I still hear my high school coach's voice in my head. And he had a higher pitched, squeaky kind of voice.
It's like
But
mouth.
it goes. So, fun fact, I took Chinese in high school for 4 years.
Wow.
And what used to run through my head when I would run a lot was I would recite Chinese because I was trying to learn it back then.
Wow.
So every once in a while, I default to two things. It's like my high school track coach's voice in my head, and he's usually saying, relax, lower your arms. And me reciting Chinese words in my head, trying to remember what they are. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do know that. It's so far in like the recesses of my brain. And it like comes back to the front when I'm getting exhausted and I'm tired and I want to stop. And I'm like, oh, okay. There are times where I'm like, I was running, it was a couple weeks ago, I was running. Sometimes I go to Orange Theory and I run there on the treadmill. And I was running and we just got done. I'd rode 200 meters. I did 300 push-ups, jump squats, and all kind of other stuff. And then they throw you on the treadmill and tell you to go run a 5K afterwards. And I'm running. And the thing about running on a treadmill is you can't really stop. Like once you push the button, I'm either gonna like, the treadmill's gonna like throw me off the back of it, or I need to figure out, I gotta push this button or whatever, right? And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, am I really tired or am I just uncomfortable? And I'm having this conversation with myself as I'm running. And I'm like, you're not tired. Because they got those heart rate monitors hooked up, right? And so in my head, I'm like, I'm just uncomfortable. And I would really like to slow down to be more comfortable. But I'm looking at my heart rate monitor and it's going, you're still just in the green. And you're like, you just got out of the blue. So it's like gray, blue, green, orange, red. And it's like, you just got out of the blue. You're just in the green. And I'm like, oh, that means that I'm got a lot, like I'm not exerting myself. I just feel uncomfortable. And so a lot of times in my head, I'm having that conversation. It's like, okay, are you really in bad shape or are you just uncomfortable? I'm just uncomfortable. Okay, well then go faster. Because you can go faster. If that's the goal for that day, to go faster, and you're trying to go faster, you're trying to, well, I guess if I go faster, I can get to the end of the race sooner, and I can be comfortable sooner than if I run slower, then now I got to wait longer to be comfortable. So I guess I just run faster to get comfortable sooner. So yeah, I do have that negotiation in my head sometimes because the more I run, the better I feel. And I'm like, okay, but my lungs feel great. It's not that I can't breathe. It's not that I'm like gasping for air. It's just, I just don't feel comfortable right now. I don't like the feeling, which kind of applies to life.
Sure.
It's like, I can't just stop because this is uncomfortable if I got a goal to get to, especially when I'm capable of getting there. So yeah, so if I'm not listening to my track coach in my head or reciting Chinese words, I'm probably having that negotiation with myself and okay, it's just, you're just uncomfortable, Chris. You're not really tired. Keep running, dude. Push the button. Go faster. Okay. All right. I'll go faster.
That's great. I like that.
Yeah.
You're a dad.
So yeah.
Speaking of goals, you're obviously getting into running races.
Yeah.
So do you have any long-term goals when it comes to running?
Tentatively. So I think 5K, I'd like to get under 20 minutes.
Well, okay.
And then I really want to get to 18 minutes.
Wow.
So I can do 21 minutes. And that was after I had done some other stuff. Then I ran.
I have a group that you should go hang out with.
Really?
Yeah, the Bluebell Bombers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They can help me to get under 20
Oh,
minutes?
yeah. They're a great group of people. They're amazing. Boy, would you love their workouts for
Oh,
running.
well, yeah.
I will give you the hookup.
Yeah, hook me up.
I'm an honorary member.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They are very gracious.
Uh-huh.
That they allow me to be part of the Bluebell family.
Uh-huh.
And I try to hype myself up. I'm like, I'm going to go run with the Bluebell Bombers today. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Well, yeah. Hey, hook me up.
I got you.
Part of my problem is a lot of times if I'm running on a treadmill, then I'm really running by myself. And so I'm having to push a button to convince myself to go faster. And I'm usually pretty good at doing that. But it would definitely help if I had somebody else that was dragging me along.
Oh, but Keith Evans, all
Yeah.
Steve like this, I got you. They're gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, yeah.
Hey, I'm down.
Listen, and they love. Oh, he's gonna tell you that he hates running,
Oh.
but he is a natural at it. And but they're such a good group of people, and they're fun. But I'm telling you, they're your people for running.
All right. Hey, hook me up with my people.
Oh, I got you. I got you. And Emily, she's a blue bell bomber.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Hook me up.
I got you.
Hook me up.
Wow.
I'm in.
So a 5K goal under 20, around 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything besides that? You're like, Allison, is that not enough full for you?
So when I guess the Azalea Trail, we did the 10K, and I think I ran 52 minutes.
Wow.
I think.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I can probably get under 50. I toy around with that whole marathon idea in my head, but I don't really know if I want to run that far. I don't know. It's like,
I think you need to find
out
the right
there.
marathon.
Yeah, it's kind of like out there. I'm like, man, it's 3 hours of running at least.
For you, it might be 2.5. But
I don't know about that one. Cause I've mapped out that pace. So what kind of pace do you have to run it to be at this time? Yada yada. And I'm like, yeah,
it's wild.
it's pretty wild. So I'm like, I don't know. That's far off. Half? Yeah. Let's do a half. I'm down for a half.
Louisiana half is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Down
a
for half.
big party. It's amazing. It's like running in Mobile, but you've never been in that area before.
Uh-huh.
And it's just, again, it's like Azalea Trail. People will come out, they cheer for you. And it's so scenic. And part of it, you get to run on LSU's campus.
Okay.
So it's a good, and it's not that far away.
Yeah.
So, but that's a really good half.
Okay.
It's a lot to look at. You get to take it all in. And
That would be cool. Yeah.
it's also good. It's also a good full. I have not done the full, but we've had several from Mobile that have qualified for Boston at that race.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Louisiana, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I could tackle a half.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll see what happens, maybe. So yeah, I think it's probably my goal. Under 50 in the 10K, under 20 in the 5, and run a.
And you're gonna run Battleship 12K in November.
Yeah. So
You're right there. Yeah.
I'm right there at it.
Dude.
I'm right there at it.
And if you can run a half, you can run a full.
Just like that, huh?
They say if you run a 10K, you can run a half.
Oh.
And then if you run a half, and then you can be like Emily and run an ultra.
No.
Then you go with what? It's a trail run. Then you just to go. What's one more mile? You know?
No. Oh no. I'm not. Yeah. No. No. I think ultra. No. Ultra. I can't see that. Talk to me when we run the bed. After the marathon, talk about the ultra. I don't know about that.
So when you get to go for your runs for training, do you have a favorite length that you like to run?
Favorites probably like 4, 5-ish miles. I feel like I get enough time to listen to my music, get that time of just peace and tranquility. And I always feel like I need to be able to casually run that 5K without really any reservations. So I always want to run further than that, so that distance seems like something that I can just push myself at.
Sure.
Because I do want to get that time down. So I feel like it just mentally, I've got to be able to go, okay, that distance needs to seem short in my head. So I'm always like running further than that. But so about 4, I've got like a 4, I think it's almost 5 miles, like a 4.8 mile loop-ish that I run. I think it's so I live on Cody Road. I go up to Airport, I turn down Airport, and I go to Hillcrest. I go down Hillcrest to Grelot, and then I come back down Grelot up to Cody. And when I get back to my house, it's not quite 5 miles. It was like 4 something last time I did it. It's in that ballpark. And then sometimes I'll go through the park right there.
Yeah,
go down go down Hillcrest, and then or turn the opposite way down Grelot, go through the park, and then come back Hillcrest, and then go back down Grelot. So yeah. So it just depends on exactly which little route I take.
And if you're like, I need hills today.
Yeah. Then sometimes I'm still running in Mobile is still relatively new, like just running outside on the pavement. So sometimes I'm going up and down the street and I'm like, I didn't realize there was a hill here. Like in your car, you don't realize there's a hill.
Yeah.
But when you're running, you're like, whoa, there's a massive hill here. So yeah. But usually if I run a hill, I try to make it where I get to run back down and to offset but sometimes that's not possible. So yeah, so I've got a loop where when we run down Hillcrest, you go up a hill and you go into Hickory Ridge neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Where we used to live in there when we were
And that's a
kids.
Gateway neighborhood too.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So we go through there, and then you come back out of it to Hillcrest, and then you run down that same hill. So that's cool. So I run up it, we run down it. But like I said, even going through the neighborhood, you don't realize it unless you're running. You know that it's some hills in here, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, it's enough to make you feel that you're running up a hill.
Yeah, especially when you do the cul-de-sac area.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, whoa, what?
Yep. Because me and my oldest brother, because he runs probably 5 days a week. But so we run sometimes, and we run through there to kind of like, oh, there's our old house. Or, oh, hey, such and such used to live over here. Hey, such and such used to, oh, we used to play basketball over here. Remember we used to play football in that cove and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, but we're running through there, and I was like, this is hilly. I don't remember it being this hilly. But we were riding our bikes and stuff. We were can't say it. You have to break his head.
Hills? What's a hill? What is this? Yeah. That's so cool that you're a nostalgic runner.
Oh yeah.
You love nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
Well, gotcha, Coach
even when even when I go back to Memphis, because we go to Memphis like once a month for my wife's doctor's appointments. So if we go there, we used to stay, like when we visited there, we would go and get like an Airbnb downtown so I could run downtown.
Wow.
And so yeah, downtown Memphis is a cool running space too. So yeah.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
That's really, really cool. So you also lived in Memphis when St. Jude would go through there for the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. St. Jude's like huge in Memphis. So yeah.
So because like they have the marathon, the St. Jude marathon through there.
Never. When I was in Memphis, I was running. I never had, I guess, any real reason to go run a race. And I was never really part of a running community there, which is like, I just like to run, so I'll just go run. But here it's different because now I got people
you
that
got sucked in, bro.
I'm like all in the mix now.
Blue Bell Bomber.
Oh yeah, hook me up. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, there's some. Yeah, I said we love Memphis. We lived there for 20-something years. So yeah, definitely it's nostalgic getting there. And I remember one time I was running there, and I was like, I probably should not have ran this far. I think I probably ran, I don't know, it was probably like 10 miles or something like that. And I was like, so there's like a neighborhood downtown in Memphis. It's called Harbor Town. It's basically like an island.
Okay.
And we were staying in Harbor Town. So I had to run from Harbor Town across the bridge to get into downtown. And then I got downtown, and I was like, ooh, I want to go see this. Ooh, I want to go see that. Ooh, I want to go see this. Ooh, I want to go see that. And then I was like, how long have I been gone?
Wow.
And so I was like, yeah, I think I should actually go and get some water or something. It was really hot. Memphis is hot.
Sure.
No, it's like Memphis is always like 10 degrees hotter or colder than Mobile.
Really?
Yeah. It's like it's hotter and colder. So
interesting.
And that day the sun was out and it was beating me down. So I don't know, I think I was probably like 6 miles or something. I'm like, all right, I gotta get some water or something, and I gotta go back to this Airbnb. So stopped, got some water, whatever, and went in somewhere, and then I went and got back home. But yeah, I was just got caught up just sightseeing.
Yeah. Wow.
Just running downtown, checking out the FedEx store.
I tell people, I'm like, it's something about hitting the pavement in a city that either one you've never been in, or when you go back to and you're like, wow. Like that's one of the reasons why I love, like I can tell you, walking, running wise, where anything is on the campus of Alabama. I've done enough times, but don't ask me to drive the campus of Alabama because I'm like, where am I again? Here. But it's a different perspective when you're walking and enjoying it. And I'm like, I know layouts, I know where stuff's at, but don't ask me to drive it.
Exactly, yeah, because you can run places that you can't drive.
Correct, yes,
you know? It's like the difference between when you put that on your maps and your iPhone is, am I driving or am I walking?
That's right,
And if you put the walk and you're driving, or you push the drive and you're walking, it's not going to make sense.
That's right, yeah. No. That's really cool.
So yeah.
When you're not running, what fuels you? What are you passionate about?
Well, I love my family. I have 3 kids. My oldest, Kiara, she's in the Navy. She's a submarine officer.
Wow.
And so she lives right outside of Seattle. And so she is intermittently gone and then comes back miraculously. Because she can't really tell us a whole lot about what she's doing. But So yeah, then my 2 younger kids, Christopher and Kelson, they live with us here in Mobile. And my wife and our 7 dogs. And my mom lives with us. Yeah, I
love that.
We have 3 very large mastiffs. They're Italian mastiffs, kind of corsos. They live in the house, and then 4 of them live outside. And they've got their own little half acre of land that they hang out on. But so I love traveling. So matter of fact, me and my wife were going out of town tomorrow. So we do love to travel. Love my dogs. I love teaching in general. What my day job is, I have a tax software company. And so I don't do taxes, but I have software. So I'm always teaching people how to use the software and how to do taxes. So I really love that part about teaching. So it's very similar. It's coaching, but you get to see people who thought they knew something, and then they go through a class, and then they're like, I realized I didn't know what I thought I knew.
Sure.
But I know it now.
Yeah.
You know, so I do teaching and coaching in general. So yeah, those are probably my biggest passions. I do mess around with interior design stuff. My wife, she's like totally like hands off with our house. And so she just lets me do whatever.
Wow. Okay.
I like golf. I play golf probably once or twice a week. That's fun. And it's not dangerous. So something I can do that is not, that's a good off day sometimes for me when I'm not going to work out. I'll go play golf sometimes and just, it's good to walk.
You're outside.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely like stuff outside. So like I said, like this morning, me and my dogs sat outside for 2 hours and drank a cup of coffee and just let them run around and chase squirrels and play with each other and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow. Coach, any final words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom, man. I would just say back to one of the other questions, like if you're thinking about running, working out, or whether it's running a race, or coming to a boot camp or whatever it is, and you apprehensive about doing it, just come hang out with us. We would love to have you. We have fun. It's a community. I said, you're going to get more than what you bargained for. And be patient. And unless you're like trying to go to the Olympics or something, we're just going to love up on you. And if you are trying to go to the Olympics, we're going to love up on you. We might push you a little harder, but no, it's a fun community to be a part of. And yeah, I'll close with this. One of the boot camp members, she came to the Azalea Trail Run, and whoever she was supposed to come with, they didn't come. So she came by herself. But because there's a running community there, like she was automatically just grafted in, and she had a ball. And so that's part of the running experience. You know what I'm saying? Getting, like I said, and it comes from somebody who's run by themselves without a running community. It's so much better when you have a community of people that are trying to do the same things. They're interested in the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, just come get it in. Yeah, we'll love up on you.
Coach, this is great.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for what you do. Thank you to all the coaches at PAC and for Spring Hill Boot Camp. You guys really, I say it's where runners go because you guys really incorporate so much running into the workouts. And as a runner, I appreciate that.
For sure. So, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome. Anytime.
That you want to come work out now at Spring Hill Boot Camp, don't you? Absolutely amazing. And again, I appreciate Coach Chris so much for taking time. He was so patient and kind. And we also got to do that interview at PAC Training. So a huge shout out to PAC Training for allowing us to be able to interview there. It was really fun. I can honestly say no, I've interviewed at a gym. So that was on a rower of all things. So that was really fun too. And just, again, Chris is just such a cool dude all around. And also his running outfits are top notch. And can we also talk about the fact that he has over 100 pair of shoes? Yeah. I actually, whenever I see that he's going to be coaching, I'm like, I wonder what Coach Chris is going to be wearing now. So that's actually something I look forward to. Chris, thank you so much for being the exceptional coach that you are and for bringing life to boot camp and for just all your dance moves, your singing. And again, I will never say it in person, but you rock. Like, just absolutely incredible. So guys, come join us and Coach Chris at Spring Hill Boot Camp. We'd love to have you. It's where the runners go. We absolutely love being there. And I'm so appreciative of PAC Training and Spring Hill Boot Camp for believing in run stories and believing in someone like Chris. Like, it's absolutely incredible. So much fun. And just thank you so much for all that you guys do for the running community. And thank you to Wagner's Run Walk for believing in Runner's Story, for believing in runners, believing in anybody that wants to walk through the door. They do so much for the community at Wagner's Run Walk. And I'm just so fortunate that they believe in Runner's Story. So definitely use that coupon code RYS10. And again, if you're going up there on a visit, walk in, tell them thank you so much for believing in this podcast. And also, you can order online at wagnersrunwalk.com. So love to have that. It's absolutely amazing. And as always, to Gilliard Tech Services, he is the man with a plan, and that can set up any new website or existing one that you want to update. He is the man. So definitely check him out. That is Gilliard Tech Services. He does so much for Run Your Story. He absolutely loves the running stories. He loves the website, and we're just so grateful that we have him in all that he does. So Greg Gilliard from Gilliard Tech Services, he is the man. To our Patreon family members, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all that you do and for who you are and what you bring to the running community. You guys are phenomenal human beings. I absolutely love you. So thank you so much for believing in us. Guys, it does cost for a podcast, and our Patreon family members, they make it possible for us to continue. So if you want to join the Patreon family, you can do that. So you can go to runyourstory.com and find out more information there. And to our listeners, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, comment. We love to hear what you guys have to say. I know you guys are going to want to share Chris's story, so definitely get out there and do that. All right, guys, until next time, go run your story, because every story needs to be heard.